Dude Daniels here, DudeDaniels.com. LeBron James and the Miami Heat were just too much for the New York Knicks. I actually thought that the Knicks would sweep the series just because they had the home court in the last game of the season series. They beat the Heat by 20 in the first previous games, and I just knew. And I was telling some people that I just knew that the Heat were going to take this game because it had to be a statement game. Because if you sweep the Heat, the defending champions during the season, then it gives you a lot of confidence going into the playoffs. And I just knew that they were going to come out and really play well. But then they started to look like they were sinking in the third, by the second quarter when the Knicks really made a good push at them. Jason Kidd hit a whole bunch of shots. But the Miami Heat did a good job taking Jason Kidd out of the game in the second half. And while Stoudemire started to step up a little bit, then Knicks went away from that, and I think that is one of the reasons why they did not come through and win this game. But LeBron James was just a little bit too much for Carmelo Anthony and the Knicks. There was a certain point in the game, I don't know if anybody remembers, but LeBron stole the ball, was grabbed by Jason Kidd. It should have been a clear path foul because the way he hit the ball, he hit it and pushed it out so that he can get clear and chase it. So he was in control of it. It wasn't that he wasn't in control of the ball. So they didn't give him the two shots and the ball. And while he was trying to make his case to the referee just ignored him, continued to walk on. And I heard LeBron, you could see the microphones on the court say, "That's disrespectful. I'm trying to talk to you. And you're not even looking at me, not even paying attention." And then LeBron shot the free throw. He said something else that I'm not going to say on there, but he said he shot the free throw, and you can tell in his demeanor that, okay, I'm about to get really serious and focused. And the tide of the game pretty much changed from there. The Knicks had no answer for him. They had no answer for Dwayne Wade. They had no answer for the three-point rocket launchers that the Knicks have out there. I mean, the Heat have out there. Shane Battier, Ray Allen. Ray didn't really have a great game, so they went with Shane much of the end of the game. And the Heat pulled it out obviously and won the game 99-93. So these are statement games. They're about to play the Indiana Pacers next Sunday, and I think that's going to be the game, because what I'm thinking is the Celtics, the Knicks, and the Pacers definitely have great chances at beating the Miami Heat in the playoffs. I'm ruling the Celtics out a little bit because I think it's going to take a toll on them to do it multiple times. The Knicks, until today's game, I thought had a good chance, but there's a lot of weaknesses that they have in their game. They depend on Carmelo Anthony a little bit too much, and if J.R. Smith does not show up, then they are in some trouble. So the Pacers are the last team because they definitely have that inside force that causes the Miami Heat to, have all them problems. And so I'm thinking that the Pacers, one of these two teams, are going to knock out each other. And then somebody's going to meet the Miami Heat, because Miami Heat's going to take the clear number one spot. So that would have them, if you're looking at it, let's go to NBA.com real quick. If we go to NBA.com just to look at the standings, we will see standings. Let's look at it by conference. Okay, so here we see the Miami Heat, Miami number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The Bucks would be the 8th place team, and then they would see the 1, 2, 3, 4. They would see the 4th seed and the 5th seed of whoever wins there if the playoffs start today. Now, this might not be the exact order, so let me clear it off and look at the playoff. Look clear, brother. Let's look at the playoff picture. If the playoffs start today, hopefully it fits all on the screen. It kind of does. So in the Eastern Conference, the Miami Heat would play the Milwaukee Bucks if the playoffs start today at the 1-8. The number 2 would be the Pacers versus the Celtics. So the Celtics would be eliminated, in my opinion. Then the Knicks would be the 3 seed playing the 6 seed, and that's a coin toss because they're pretty much as good as each other, depending on how healthy Joe Johnson and Darren Williams is, and of course Lopez. But I'm thinking the Knicks will pull that out just off pride. But I think the Nets can pull it off just off New York City pride. But this is what we're after. Look at this. The 4th and 5th seed of the Chicago Bulls. So the 4th, 5th seed normally play the 1st and 8th seed. The Knicks, the Heat will beat the Bucks in a 4-game series, and then a 7-game series, and then the Heat will beat either one of these teams, Atlanta and Chicago. So what that means is one of these 4 teams here, out of the Pacers, Celtics, Nets, and Heat, are going to have to cancel each other out just to meet the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. If the playoffs start today, of course, a lot of things can change. So if you got the Pacers beating the Celtics, so we can cross out the Celtics, and then you got, let's just say the Knicks defeat the Nets, so we're crossing them out, and let's say the Bulls beat the Hawks. Now, so the Bulls will play the Heat in the second round. The Pacers will play the Knicks in the second round. Now, the Pacers have a tough time. Well, they actually had the Knicks number this year, but I think the Knicks could beat the Pacers in the 7-game series. So you will have either the Knicks and the Pacers facing the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, unless something goes drastically wrong in one of these games. So I just think that the Heat have a pretty good chance of going to the returning, because I don't think both of these teams are ready to beat them in a 7-game series. You got to beat a team 4 times, and that can get pretty tough. So that's it right now. The Miami Heat are the team to beat, and they took care of the New York Knicks yesterday, because the Knicks could not hold on to their lead and could not stop the attack of Dwayne Wade and LeBron James. Holla back, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Peace.